Hi there. Welcome to Ali and Mates, your weekly dose of fun and facts and fantastic stories. I'm Ali. I'm the host. Let's jump right in.
Fun fact of the week.
I love learning about what different groups of animals are called. Like, did you know a group of lions is called a pride? Or a bunch of puppies is called a litter? Recently, my friend Jamie told me a really funny one. A group of snails is called a walk of snails. I think that's hilarious because walking is one of the things a snail can't do.
And how do they move?
They produce a slimy substance called mucus, which allows them to glide along surfaces. You know, come to think of it, I don't think I've actually ever seen a snail with friends. I've never seen a group of snails. But if you ever do, you'll know just what to call them. A walk of snails.
Ali? Hey, Ali, can you tell me a true story? True story time.
A long time ago in Australia, there was a scientist named Doug Waterhouse. Doug was super clever and he loved solving tricky problems. Doug learned that Australian soldiers were getting attacked by mosquitoes while they were out in the jungle.
I hate mozzies.
The bites were itchy and annoying, but some of the mosquito bites were making people really sick. So, Doug got to work in his lab and he was mixing and testing and he created a special spray that made mosquitoes fly far away. But at first, nobody really paid much attention to his invention. But a few years later, when Queen Elizabeth II came to Australia, someone sprayed Doug's invention on her so she wouldn't get bitten. And guess what? It worked! No mosquitoes dared to come near the Queen. And everyone was amazed, and soon Doug's spray was sold in shops with a brand new name, Aerogard. Thanks to Doug Waterhouse, we get to enjoy the great outdoors without pesky mosquito bites. So, if you look around the world, are there any problems you want to fix? You're never too young to start coming up with the solution.
Mystery sound. Can you guess the mystery sound?
Okay, I'm going to play a sound and I want you to guess what it is. Are you ready? Here we go. What do you think that is? If you said a zipper being zipped up, well, zippity-doo-dah, you got it. Well done.
Words of life. Words of life. From the Bible.
Today's verse from the Bible is from Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. And it says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters."
Wait, what does that mean, work for the Lord?
It's telling us that everything we do, whether we're cleaning our room, helping out in the kitchen, doing our homework, or even playing with our friends, we should do everything with all our hearts, like we're doing it for God.
What if I'm doing something really boring like packing my toys away?
You know, it makes God really happy to see us working hard, doing our best with the talents and the opportunities and the energy He's blessed us with. So next time you're packing up Lego, do it with all your heart and in thanks, in gratitude for all you've been blessed with.
Kids Corner!
Okay, welcome to Kids Corner, where we share stories or jokes or questions from our listeners. And today we have a joke from...
Hi, my name is Sammy and I'm 7 years old. This is my joke. What did the ocean say to the sand?
Ooh, I don't know. What did the ocean say to the sand?
Nothing, it just waved.
That's very clever. Thank you, Sammy. And keep them coming, everyone. Just ask a grown-up to read the show notes to find out how to send in a joke or a story or a question, anything you'd like to share with listeners right around the world.
History Tidbit.
Let's step back in time for our history tidbit. Imagine a time before TVs, before radios, before the internet. How did people find out what was happening in the world? Well, in the 1800s, people got their news from newspapers. But even more fun, there were street vendors called newsboys who would shout out the latest headlines to the crowds.
Why would they shout out the news?
Well, back then, not everyone got the opportunity to go to school, and so not everyone could read. So the newsboys would stand on street corners and they'd call out the headlines and even sometimes read the stories out loud whilst people gathered around to listen.
I wish they can do it now because I cannot read the newspaper either. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3.
All right, today's letter is R. What words do you know that start with R? Great job. I thought of rhinoceros, reptile, ring, rabbit, and rainbow. Do you know what colours make up the rainbow? Let's say them together if you know. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Red and orange and yellow and green, blue and indigo and violet.
My favourite colour is blue and aqua. My favourite colours are light blue, green and orange. Time for some nice news.
Let's wrap things up with some nice news. Did you know that there are big ships out there in the ocean bringing help to people who need it? They're called mercy ships. And they're not just any regular ship. They're like a floating hospital. Mercy ships travel all around the world and they bring doctors and nurses to people who might never have access to hospitals. On board the ships, they've got doctors' offices, operating rooms, even places for kids to play while they wait to get better. One of the coolest things about mercy ships is that they give this help for free. They don't charge any money. They just want to make the world a kinder and healthier place. Maybe one day you'll grow up to be one of the amazing people who works on a mercy ship. All right, before I say goodbye, let's check how well you've been listening. Question number 1. The colours of the rainbow are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. It's a tricky one. Question number 2. What were the young people called who would shout out the latest news headlines? Newsboys. And final question. What's the name of the ships that are like floating hospitals? Mercy ships. Great job. You are awesome. Well, that's it for today's episode of Ali and Mates. Don't forget to send in your questions, jokes, or good news stories that I can share with our mates all around the world. Ask a grown-up to read the show notes, and until next time, have fun, stay curious, and always be kind. Bye for now.